I'm sorry, it's just that it's been so peaceful here since Will's been in Philly. And boarding school's not so bad. Is it, Geoffrey? Geoffrey went to boarding school. Tell her, Geoffrey.
Madam, I went to boarding school. And then I went to therapy.
Got to get that line in there. Joseph Marcell, known for playing the ever so witty Geoffrey Butler on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, will be at Niagara Falls Comic Con this weekend, but first he joins us live here on Morning Live. Good morning, Joseph.
Good morning, good morning.
Good to see you. Listen, I'm of a certain vintage that I grew up on this show, man. This show was my favorite show. And many people around the studio and many people out there on the streets. I want to know, what do people say to you if you're walking down the streets?
Yo, G. That's mostly it. I mean, I'm pushing a shopping cart or something, and it's like, hey, yeah, G, what you doing? Do you want to make me lunch or something? But mostly it's friendly and it's welcoming and it's nice. Yeah, well, it's nice to do them.
Well, I was going to say you're a Shakespearean trained actor. Is there obviously there's plenty of pros in being on an iconic show like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Are there cons?
Cons. Yes, I suppose the worst con is pushing the shopping trolley and walking behind your wife and somebody asks you to make them breakfast. But no, there aren't really many cons. The worst part is that I don't think about it a lot, so sometimes it kind of interrupts my day. But mostly, it's when they forget you need to worry.
Well, I think great. There was something about that show that just worked, and obviously the dynamic with Will being on the show and all the characters. And I know things kind of changed throughout the seasons, but what is it about that show? Why was it such a big success, you think?
I think firstly it was the fact that the show had moved the African American experience from the Cosbys to a man who owned a law firm, a decision maker rather than an employee. But also the fact that it was a family that wasn't kept down by life. They controlled life, and the characters were lovely and endearing, and people had their favorites.
So Hollywood never comes up with new ideas, so they've done a reboot of Fresh Prince Bel-Air. Have you seen it? What do you think?
Well, I suppose you could call it a prequel. I don't understand, but the characters themselves are unique. The show is unique, but the show is not in my opinion, a continuation of the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air as was in the 90s. The show is I would say a rethink of the idea. It's cutting edge and it's pretty vibrant. And,
well, because
and the acting too.
Yeah, well, I think your role is it's an edgy house manager now.
Yes, I know. Not as classy as Geoffrey, but there you go.
There you go. Obviously, I have to ask this too, because I bet you'll be asked this weekend about the slap heard around the world. What did you think when you saw that?
What did I think? Well, I liked what came next. Was the fact that he won the Oscar. I thought that was magnificent and very well deserved. There's something Hollywood about the whole thing, which I'd rather not go into, but it was pretty surprising, let us say.
Take us behind, like what? Obviously, it's been years since you worked with Will, but what was he like on set? What kind of guy is he? My experience of Will Smith is nothing but perfection. I mean, we got on very well. I was directing a production of Julius Caesar for the Screen Actors Guild, and I needed some technology, and Will offered to pay for it. I love the guy. I mean, I see him as my son, and I see him as my hero. And we have these moments in our lives when events become unbearable. But most importantly, he won the Oscar for Best Actor, and that is marvelous. Wonderful.
Joseph Marcell, this weekend at the Niagara Falls Comic Con. Are you there all weekend, or when are you going to be there?
I'm there Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, the whole weekend. And I may be coming back to Canada soon as well to do driving Miss Daisy, but we haven't signed, so
it's in the works. Well, we're glad you're here now, and we'll be happy to have you back. Welcome to Canada, welcome to Niagara Falls, and you can head down and see Joseph Marcell, who played Geoffrey the Butler on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Thanks for joining us this morning.
My pleasure.